today is not the world order of today. With U.S. actions, particularly with tariffs against China and the challenges with Ukraine, what we're seeing is actually a fundamental shift into a new order. We don't really understand what that is at the moment. For example, Europe is going to try to get closer to China and other U.S. allies such as Japan and Australia. China is also going to try to get closer to those allies by offering its markets, but also products. And so we don't know how exactly the strategy is moving forward. I think one of the important things to realize is, though, what we assumed was a global order, both on economics and great power competition, has completely changed in today's world. Yes, we're still on track to 60%. At the moment, with 20%, it just barely moves the needle for companies wanting to move potential supply chains out of the country. At 35%, we start to see that companies will start to move or consider other strategies moving forward. We still don't know exactly how that response will look like, but companies such as Apple, for example, will have limited options just because of the mass scale production they have here. We're in a kind of trade war. I think what the U.S. is trying to do is use tariffs to gain leverage, particularly over trading partners it sees as disadvantaging itself. But China is not overreacting. I think China is trying to take some time to understand exactly what's going on and also find ways to respond in kind, but without hurting its overall exports. So the reaction from China is still muted. I think part of it is we're currently undergoing the National People's Congress this week. So again, it doesn't want to overreact during the meeting. But what they are looking at is responsive measures, particularly around further restrictions of rare earths, as well as understanding what their situation is with Europe and other countries. Because the reality is that even if the US puts more tariffs on, China sometimes does have outlets to other areas, particularly Southeast Asia and Europe, for exports. So overall, it's not going to respond by blowing up a key export market in the US, but it does have options with other markets to lessen the pain.